Buenos días, hoy vamos con la profesora de mate, Stacy Good, a hablar sobre un tema de sexto grado. Gracias.
Alright, I'm going to tell you guys about the order of operations, because this is a very important topic in 7th grade math. The order of operations tells us when we have a big long problem, like let me write one down. When we have a problem like this, it helps us to do it in the correct order so that we get the correct answer. So the first thing you want to do is anything that's inside of the parentheses. Next, exponents. Then multiplication and division. And then finally, addition and subtraction. So according to our order of operations here, we need to start inside our parentheses. When you're inside of the parentheses, you still need to follow the order of operations. So inside of the parentheses, we're going to start with the exponent. So 2 squared is 4. And then we're going to add is 10. Alright, so now we completed the first step, the parentheses. Next, we want to do any multiplication and division. And with the multiplication and division, it's important that subtraction. So the addition and subtraction, 10 minus 6 is 4. And 4 is our answer. And if we were to have addition and subtraction, it's the same as multiplication and division. You want to go from left to right on that as well. And that is, very quickly, the order of operations. There are a few things that can be kind of confusing with the order of operations. One is, in our last problem, we had an exponent inside the parentheses, like this. So just to make the problem a little shorter, just make this problem, and then I want to compare this to if the exponent is outside the parentheses. So to show you that you're going to get a very different answer depending on where the exponent is. So when the exponent's inside, we have to start doing the stuff inside the parentheses and follow our order of operations. So we do the 2 squared first and get 4. Alright, and then we can add, and then we add the 4 at the end, and we get 14. On this one, the exponent's outside the parentheses. So the first thing we're going to do is the stuff inside, which is 6 plus 2 is 8. And then our exponent is going to be on the 8. So now we have 8 squared is 64, plus 4 is 68. So this is just one thing that can be a little confusing with the order of operations. It's the placement of the exponent. You need to be very careful about doing it in the correct order. If the exponent's inside, you're going to do it first. If it's outside, you're going to do the addition or multiplication or whatever is inside first, and then do the exponent. Another thing that would be worth bringing up is what to do if you have more than one set of parentheses. So sometimes you might have parentheses inside of other parentheses. So when you have parentheses inside of other parentheses, you want to start with the parentheses that are most inside. So we have to start with these parentheses. And then just like before, we follow the order of operations within our parentheses. So the first thing we're going to do is the exponent. 3 squared is 9, and then the plus 2 stays the same. Everything else, I'm just going to bring it down and keep it the same. And then do 9 plus 2 is 11. And that'll get rid of those parentheses for us once we've done everything inside of them. But we still have the outside parentheses to worry about too. And then 9 plus 11 gives us 20. That takes care of those parentheses. And then the last thing we have to do in this one is 20 minus 4 to get 16. So those are a couple like little tricky things that can come up with the order of operations. Something else that can help you to remember what order to do everything in is please, excuse, my dear, and Sally. And this is a phrase to help you remember the order of operations. And so here we have P for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. And sometimes another way to remember it is just all these first letters, 10 bucks. So those are two other ways to help remember the order of operations.
Gracias a Stacy Good, vamos con Justin Edgerley con un tema de 7º grado.
Hello. With my 7th graders, we have been looking at word categories or parts of speech. So the first one we've looked at is nouns, a person, a place, or a thing. So a named thing. We're looking at that. We've also been looking at verbs, so doing words, an action word like walk or talk, really simple one. Adjectives. Adjectives are describing words, used to describe nouns often. And finally, adverbs. We've been doing a lot of work on these, and they describe how something is done. So they normally describe a verb or sometimes an adjective. So an example is carefully or quickly or calmly. So we spent a lot of time looking at these with 7th grade. Hello! So, as I said earlier, with 7th grade, we have been looking at word parts, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, etc. We've also been looking at culture, the idea of culture. So, to begin with, we took the idea, we didn't look at a specific culture, we didn't look at Costa Rican culture or the culture of England, but the idea of culture. And we made a 4 square. This is called a 4 square. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. The first, we put a definition. So, my definition of culture are the art and other So that's a bit of a fancy definition. The arts and other manifestations of human achievement. So that's things like art, like painting, like engineering, architecture, so bridges, Big Ben, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, all those fantastic things. It's also things like food and dancing, all these other cultural activities and experiences we have. So a cultural example for Costa Rica might be the traditional dancing, the dresses, or Gale Pinta, or having a barbecue on the beach is a big part of Costa Rican culture. And there's many other things, but they don't come to my mind at the moment. So we've got a definition, then an example sentence. Excuse my handwriting, it's very bad. So I might write here, Costa Rican culture is ace. Ace. Ace means fantastic, brilliant, amazing. Ace. Costa Rican culture is ace. Then I might have a drawing. I'm going to draw part of a couple of things from England, a big part of English culture. You might recognise that from my fantastic drawing, Big Ben. And also another part of English culture. Is this. There's something in there. A cup of tea. A nice cup of tea. That's part of English culture. So you've got architecture, the buildings, and food and drink. Big part of culture. And finally, synonyms. A synonym is a word that it's a different word with the same meaning. Okay, so we're looking for a different word to culture, but with the same general idea. In here we might put society, or civilization. Okay, I should say culture. Culture is a noun, society is a noun, civilization is a noun. The important thing to remember when you're using synonyms is it depends on the context of the sentence. So sometimes, so you've basically got to pick the right synonym or it won't make sense. It's dependent on the context. So, there you have it, my vocabulary foursquare for culture.
Gracias por... ¡Corte! Ok.
No, indico vía.
Sí.
¿Quieres que lo grabe, profe? ¿No quiere que lo grabe, profe?
No.
Ya lo estoy grabando.
De hecho, sí lo podemos hacer.
Hello, everybody.
Mike, ¿quieres que te traiga un sombrero?
Solo hágalo.
Me está pegando el sol.
Just do it, Nike. No es que tiene que ver al sol, es a la cámara, mae.
Bueno.
Estúpida.
Dale. Ya. Bueno. Ya. Está haciendo eso. Ya, estoy grabando. Bueno. Bueno, ya. Buenos días. Estamos con Stacy Good. No puedo grabar así. Ay, ya.
Emily, véame. Véame los ojos. Véame los ojos.
No podría estar en inglés con su profe. ¿Cómo hace? Para concentrarse. Buenos días. Pero, no, ningún buenos días. Dije, muchas gracias, Stacy. Muchas gracias a la profesora Stacy. Ahora vamos a pasar con Justin Edgerley. Nacionalidad, familia, todo. ¿El estado qué? Tiene novia. Muchas gracias. Y quiero que se quiera casar por... Tiene 30 años.
This must be the easiest project you've ever had. Because I'm doing it all. No? Right, so ready?